Are you making any of these mistakes with your eyebrows? Well, we're going to help you fix that so you look amazing. I am so excited to welcome our guest specialist, Rachel. Hello.
Hi.
She's a cosmetologist that decided she was going to focus in on eyebrows, which is really a great decision for a type 4.
Your eyes are the window to the soul, and your eyebrows are the curtains.
There you go. I know they're an important feature for me. They're even more important than lip color. Like if I were to not do makeup for a day, I'd probably do my brows.
Yes, I at least put brow gel in my eyebrows just so they look brushed.
They really express confidence. You know, when you have a nice, just confident brow, you look more confident.
Yes.
Now, the first mistake comes from my era. It was taught very much in my youth and up through my early young adult years that there's a perfect shape you should achieve, and each brow should be the same shape.
Right. And a lot of people taught that for a while, that they wanted their brows to be twins. So, and there's still some people that they want their brows to be twins, or other people want them to be sisters. So I think a lot of eyebrow shapes are accepted now. Mostly it's fuller. But what I usually tell people is that you want your eyebrows to look natural, number one. And the way to do that is just to keep them as natural as they are. Remove as little amount of hair as you can. Work with what you have.
Right.
Your eyebrows were made for your face. You know, they fit in your face. They look natural on your face. So go to somebody that can really enhance your natural shape instead of trying to change what you have.
Right. And as our audience knows and our members know, that they have different variables depending on what type they are. And I would say the same thing, that we teach it with all in your body shape, your hairstyle, go with what is you. Right. Work with it, beautify it, make it really work for you.
And there's so many different beautiful anything.
Yeah.
But eyebrows can be just as unique and beautiful.
Another mistake number 2 is brows that are too dark.
Right. And some people do that for different reasons. They may have a heavy hand. They could basically be using the wrong product.
Maybe they got stenciled or tattooed and it's
It's
who they went to.
Right.
Went too dark.
Yes. Or someone said you need to do this instead of, knowing what's right for you. Or one way you can help that is by taking a picture. If you do your eyebrows and take a picture, you can see, well, that's way too much. You don't want the first thing that someone sees on your face to be your eyebrows.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fact, we teach that in when something's not right in an outfit because it stands out.
Right.
It's out of balance with everything else. So do your brows, take a photo, and then look at yourself. Is everything working together in balance, or the brows standing out?
Yes.
Then they're too dark.
Yep.
The third mistake is thinning brows too much. And this may be a result of thinning them years ago, and now you just have a thinner brow, or you're probably you're thinning them too much yourself, or maybe you're seeing a non-brow specialist that's waxing your brows and going too thin.
Right. Because if you aren't going to a specialist, they're basically just removing hairs. They're not going to be careful. They're not going to look at the overall shape. They're not going to look at your face. They're just putting the wax on there and ripping it off. And also, if you're over tweezing, some people like to tweeze their eyebrows. Honestly, I know someone that did that as a nervous habit. So using a mirror that's up close and a far mirror is really good, because up close you can kind of see a lot, but you kind of need to check while you're tweezing.
Right.
And generally what I tell people between waxings, that if they feel the need, they can't stand the little hairs down there, you can tweeze down low or tweeze up high, but stay away from the general area, because then you're not going to completely ruin your shape.
Yeah, let the specialist help you with that. Right.
And with the trends, goes back to everything with your type.
Right.
Don't follow the trends just because they're trends, because you will regret it at some point.
Right.
And it's just not as natural, and you want to just work with what you have.
That's great advice. The fourth mistake, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of this in your business because they finally show up to do something, is doing nothing, not knowing what to do. therefore doing nothing, or not realizing the benefit of really what I'd call eyebrow hygiene and upkeep.
Yes, yes. So it's kind of the opposite of putting too much makeup in your eyebrows, giving your eyebrows no attention at all.
Yeah.
And some people just don't know what to do, so they're too nervous about it, or maybe they're not familiar with makeup, so they don't know what to do. You always need to do something with your brows. So just like if you're gonna wear other makeup, do something to your eyebrows, or else they'll get blended in, and they'll just kind of get lost on your face. Like you said, you want all the pieces to work together. So if you're really nervous to do your eyebrows, I would definitely say search out someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and this is for the hair removal, shaping, really working with your brow. Now we're going to talk about the products that we offer that help you in your makeup phase of including your brows as part of your makeup steps, so that you really make the most of what you've done the preliminary with getting things taken care of with
Right.
shape and hair removal. Now this is maintenance, and in between that, what can you do to really enhance your brows? Now, the product that I use, that I've used for years, is our brow powder. Who's going to want to use brow powder?
So brow powder is the most basic thing that you can use. I recommend this to everyone, especially first timers.
So this is a good entry-level product.
Definitely good entry level.
It's forgiving.
Yes, it's the most forgiving. It's usually the most natural, and
it does require a proper tool. If you don't
Right.
have our Duo brush, don't use a cotton swab.
yeah, use a cotton swab. That's not really precise.
No, and it's not going to create the look you want. So you do have to have this tool to use with a brow powder.
Right, and it's got the angled side. This is called the spoolie. It's just like a little brush made especially for your eyebrows. So the powder is really good for first timers. It's also really good just to kind of enhance your eyebrows, to add a little color to show that they're there.
Okay.
That's what I would recommend the powder
Giving
for.
your brow a little more emphasis.
Right.
Then next we have our brow pencil. Now I think this is really handy. It has the pencil that's a soft pencil on one end and the built-in spoolie on the other. I bet you love that.
Yes. This is my favorite tool.
It's all in one.
Right, so I use
Simplicity.
this every day. It is
Okay.
simple. It's easy on the go. I actually keep several of these throughout my house
Oh, just in case.
because, like we said
the
earlier,
car.
I always have my eyebrows done, like even if I'm running in a store, But I do love this. This is probably the next step up from the powder in intensity.
Okay.
So it's really easy to use. I love it because the tip is so small. You can really get in there in precise
Right.
places. So it's a little stronger than the powder. It's kind of a waxy
How is it
crayon.
in correcting, filling in sparse areas
Yes.
or
So-
evening out color?
Right. So the powder kind of more enhances. These next things are really good at correcting.
So this will give some correction.
Right. So if you're missing brows in certain spots, or if, say, your eyebrows are like a little too far apart, you want to bring them in, this is going to be a better choice for that. And the spoolie is just so nice because you can really blend with this. Say you make a mistake or you just want to soften it. You just rub it
So
with
you
the
can-
spoolie, and see you can erase it with the spoolie.
Yeah.
You can soften it and everything. So don't forget about that tool. It's really
So-
handy.
You can actually work right on the skin with that to lengthen a brow
Yes.
or fill in a shape.
Yep. Correction. You can correct things.
So the next brow definer that is even going a little stronger in use, it's like a felt tip pen. I use,
Right.
what my process is the brow powder first with the brow definer on top of that.
Right. Yeah, and don't forget there's going to be things that we can recommend. They're going to be better for people's eyebrows, but it's also your personal preference, and you might be better at some of these tools than
Well,
others.
This video has taught me I'm gonna grab one of these to travel with,
Yeah.
because this is clunky to travel with.
And it's two things.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna give this a go.
Right,
For
yeah.
different purposes. You know?
Right, right. And different looks too. If
Yeah,
you
more
wanna-
casual. This would be
right.
more
If you want a
casual for
little
me.
heavier brow, bolder brow, you can use the marker.
So this is gonna be
So-
more correction, I would
Right.
assume.
So this is the most correction. It's also really good for people with oily skin or people who live in a humid environment.
Because
And
these will be absorbed.
Right. These can
Okay.
be absorbed by some oils or wetness in the air. This is going to be smudge proof and it's water resistant. So if you also touch your face a lot, you might like this marker.
You have a
And-
child that's touching your face
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
Which you do.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Although all of my kids now know you don't touch mommy's
Do
face.
not touch my brows. This gives a little bit of a microblading look, and I've never
Yes.
gone the route of permanent brows because I don't want to give my brows to someone's,
Yes.
I am my own authority on my brows, and you understand the 4 types,
Yes.
so you work with my type 3 brows.
Yes, I do.
That's great.
So whenever you guys use this, just a little tip, you can be sure you don't have to use the entire tip of it. There's a lot of different angles that you can use this and get different looks. You see how thin you can get it when you just use the tip?
You have to have this close by, and even a cotton swab if you go too far up.
Right.
You've got to move quicker. Works for me as a type 3.
Yes.
With this product because it will set.
Right. You can still smudge it with the spoolie. The spoolie's amazing to have, but you need to be quicker because when it is dry, it will be set, as
and I
you can
take
see.
short little strokes to mimic brow hair. Oh.
Right.
And
So
that'd be true for any of these. You're going to always mimic putting in brow hair.
right. Instead of the painted on look, you want to
Yeah.
leave a little space between your brows. It's going to be more natural that way. And whenever you use this or even the roll up pencil, you can hold your arm this way for this eyebrow. You can hold it this way for this eyebrow. And it'll really just help you mimic hair growth.
And you're
want to mimic the hairs.
The magnifying mirror idea is it's essential in my opinion so that you really have that up close view of what you're
Right.
doing.
Right, so I just keep a little magnification mirror in my makeup bag.
Buy 'em at
and
any
when I'm doing my
drugstore.
makeup, that's what I pull out. Because it helps you use less. It'll
Yeah.
help you keep a lighter hand because if the mirror's further away, you're going to be more dramatic with your makeup.
Yeah, I agree.
And most people you talk to are just, arm's length away at
Yeah.
least, and you want your eyebrows to just look natural and
I
beautiful.
agree. Now this product is really great. Our brow tint with fibers is genius. I love that we can offer this. Tell the viewers why this is so fabulous for those
Yes.
that it will serve. It's not a product I need.
Right. And like before, you pick and choose the ones that you like. This one is probably less known by most people.
Yes.
But it's similar to the fiber mascara that was really popular.
It kind of wraps around your eyelash.
Right. It just, it really plumps them up. This is going to plump up your eyebrows.
It adds fiber.
So
You're adding, you're adding fill in brow hair.
extensions, kind of
Yeah,
extensions. And you can actually see them on there.
Yeah, you can see the
So
fibers.
if you have fine eyebrows and you like that fluffy kind of a look, you'll like this. I will say it's not as groomed or as polished looking, but it really will fluff your eyebrows
So-
up if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you
And
need a
there's two
fuller
colors.
brow. You want more hair in your eyebrow.
Yeah. So when you use this, just be real careful. You want to you can wiggle it this way. You can go up and down.
Okay, kind of
and
get
you
it
can-
in there so it's
Right.
attaching
You
to
wanna
the
coat-
hair you have.
You want to coat the brows.
Yeah.
You can put it on the front side, on the back side. Just make sure you get in there with this. And if you even want to correct a spot where you don't have hair, you can touch your skin with this too. And it will kind of do the same thing as the marker.
Okay. And
So there's two ways to use it.
Julia started using this. She has fine eyebrows. She's fallen in love with it.
Yes.
Loves it.
Some people just love it.
Yeah, it's a great product. Our last product, this is the hairspray for your brows. And I don't know about you, but I can get very long eyebrows.
Yes.
Really? An inch? So
You do have some long ones.
I
but
do, but you'd help me take care of that.
Yes.
Clean those babies up.
This goes back to the days, as we were saying, we used to hairspray our eyebrows in high school.
Yeah, I used to take hairspray and spray it right on here. And
And
you used to spray
It really
your
works.
brows,
Yes, I
right?
used to just cover up my bottom half and spray, so my forehead would be sticky sometimes. I wish someone would have shown me that earlier. But now we have clear brow gel, and this one is really common. But it's going to be the finishing touch to any of these products except for the fibers. I wouldn't layer the fibers and the gel.
Get a
because,
little goopy probably.
Yes, it'll look like wet makeup in your eyebrows, and also the fiber product will make this product messy. It'll
Okay.
put the color in this, which is what you
great
don't
advice.
want. Because if your color gets messy and you rub it on your brows, it'll look like foundations in your eyebrows or something.
So will this help maintain, it'll keep them in place. Will it help the color stay too? Will it help with that?
No, when you use a clear mascara, you just want it on the hairs. So it's kind of like just gel, but for your eyebrows.
Okay.
So you can brush them up. Some people need to brush them down a little bit if they
Okay.
have really long eyebrows. It'll just give you the lifted look. They'll just look
Okay.
really groomed. So it's just the finishing touch. And I also think that this will add a little bit of volume. It's not going to add
that's true.
as much volume as the fibers, but it just really polishes off your eyebrows. After you add the color, it brings the hairs back to life. It brings the hairs back forward.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're welcome.
We've learned so much today. Avoid these mistakes and use these great products, and you will have amazing eyebrows every day.